If you've been in the Lumion Legacy community recently and you stopped and looked around, you might notice that things are a lot more quiet than they have ever been in Lumion Legacy's history. But why is that, and what is going on? Well, in this video we're going to be talking about that and also where Armenti has been. Armenti, you know, a huge figurehead for the Lumion Legacy community and one of the biggest Lumion Legacy content creators, has seemingly vanished from the community. And in this video, we're going to be talking about that. If you guys do enjoy this video, go down there, like, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. When you stop to think about the most influential and popular people inside of the Lumion Legacy community and YouTube, you would think of Jamie, myself, and Armenti. But things never always were like that. Back then, before Lumion Legacy was even out, Armenti was one of the first and only real content creators actually making consistent content on the game. Armenti got his roots actually making Pokemon Brick Bronze videos, like Jamie had done as well, but Armenti actually stuck with Lumion Legacy content, making videos on anything and everything that he could. And from there, he ended up making videos for over 4 years on Lumion Legacy, to which he still does today, but things have changed. Now, I've been friends with Armenti for a very long time, a little over 4 years now, which is absolutely insane to think about. Obviously, whenever I was first starting making Lumion Legacy YouTube, he was one of the main inspirations, alongside Russo for his Pokemon Brick Bronze content, into me actually becoming a content creator. Even as far as Armenti was actually the person who literally created the name LuckyHD. But Armenti has been doing YouTube for over 6 years now, throughout his entire high school life and his entire college life. And recently, like I said, he is starting to step back from things. But why is that? Well, it's a large in part due to the fact that, number one, he just wants to have a better social life. You know, obviously sitting there and doing YouTube throughout your entire, college and your entire high school life definitely makes you miss out on a lot of things. But also just the fact that Lumion Legacy is simply not a sustainable thing to actually make content on. Lumion Legacy, as it currently stands right now, is nearing the end of its life. And I don't mean that to be cynical, and I don't mean that to be negative towards Lumion Legacy, but it's true. Although Lumion Legacy has been putting out some great updates and great events recently, it's gotten to a point where it's too late. It's too late in Lumion Legacy's lifespan, as people were requesting for, these types of updates and this level of communication and speed years and years ago, but it was never met. And ultimately, a lot of the people in the community decided to leave. Especially with the massive wait for Atlantean City Part 2, a lot of things just unfortunately fell apart. And with that, of course, the community did. And by proxy, YouTube did as well. So Armenti sat there and realized that things are not really sustainable anymore, and I'm not happy doing YouTube. So Armenti decided to slow down his tweets, not tweeting for months on end, and finally, ultimately, deleting his Twitter account. Because again, he just didn't really want to be associated with the Lumion Legacy community anymore, since that's not really where his passion lied anymore. And if you look at his YouTube, of course, you'll notice that yes, he does still upload videos, and does still upload videos about Lumion Legacy, but it is not something that he is necessarily passionate about anymore. It's not something that as soon as a new tweet or update comes out, he's immediately rushing to go make whatever video on, because again, he kind of just at this point pops in whenever he can and, sees what's going on and then decides, hey, should I make a video or not? And then that's basically it. And all of this obviously comes from my talks with Armenti and everything that's been going on and stuff that he's posted publicly as well. And if there's one thing that I think you definitely shouldn't worry about, it's Armenti himself. Armenti is in a lot happier place. I know that sounds like he just died or something like that. It's not what I mean. But what I'm trying to say is that, in his day-to-day life, he is a lot more happy now than when he was actually making Lumion Legacy content and stuff like that. That's not to say that, he was never happy making Lumion Legacy videos, but it is something to him that kind of just felt a lot of the times like a rat race, something that wasn't really enjoyable because it was always, who's the first to get the video out, like when it comes to news and updates and stuff like that. So yeah, what happened to Armenti? Well, what happened to Armenti is that he just decided to live his life more, decided to move on from Lumion Legacy because Lumion Legacy just wasn't really doing it anymore. And that's unfortunately just how it is for a lot of people. Even Armenti though, not being in the community anymore, it is something that, in my personal opinion, you can definitely feel. You can definitely feel the community is not as lively or active anymore, with a lot of content creators like Armenti just not being in the space. Even people like Warm Conal have put out tweets and stuff like that, just talking about how everything seems a lot more quiet. And the reason for that is just a lot of the content creators are leaving the space, and the content creators are the people that keeps the communities together. You know, the people that actually make videos and stuff like that and gets people hyped and tutorials and all that stuff. It's all stuff that content creators do. But with the rise, or I guess fall, of Loomian Legacy YouTube in general, we are not seeing that anymore, and it's definitely reflecting on stuff like Loomian Legacy's player count. But yeah, I definitely like to hear your guys' thoughts, obviously down in the comments below. You know, did you know anything about this? And of course, again, just let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.